All right, Harrison, so you have two priming sections for your Monday, Thursday workout. It's an A and a B. Each section has 2 exercises in it, so you're gonna basically go through the superset, pair priming A with priming B, and that'll be 1 round, and you'll go through it 1 to 2 rounds depending on the day, how much time you have and how you feel. So some of the stuff you've done before, a lot of it's just gonna be slight tweaks on kind of old things. So the first thing we're gonna do is the lateral med ball fake throw. The version you've done before has been taking the ball and throwing it shoulder to shoulder. And then we just kind of had you step out with this leg because we're trying to simulate you going into a cut. So for the side med ball fake throw, what you're gonna do is take the med ball and go over your head. And I would recommend 4 pounds if you can, being in this position. A lot of weight can kind of screw up the drill. And you're gonna do the exact same thing and take the med ball shoulder to shoulder. So you do 3 to 4 going right to left and then left to right. As you go into the fake cut, you're gonna bring the ball to one side. You're gonna pick up the opposite side leg just a little bit. So you come into a little bit of hip flexion, and then you're gonna step and then come back. Okay? So that'll be your side med ball fake throw. You're gonna try to have the med ball pretty much straight arm length over your head, and you're gonna be working side to side. All right? So you do that to both sides, and then the next variation that we're gonna do is gonna be basically going into a split squat variation. You're just gonna do a chop down into this position. The key with this is twofold. Number one, you wanna make sure that you keep your head back and your ribs down if you can. What will really help is just try to think about keeping your head as far away from the ball as you possibly can. You're gonna bring the ball to one side, and then you're just gonna drop straight to a split squat. That's gonna be your fake throw, and then you're gonna come back up. The goal of this is we don't want your upper body to translate forward. We don't want your hips to kick back. We want you to be able to drop straight down into that split squat position. Since you feel your heel in this front side here, it's going to give you the most benefit for the exercise, but it's also going to keep or lower the chances of it affecting your knees. So if you're struggling with this, you may feel your tendons, especially your patellar tendon, and a lot of that's going to come from being really toe heavy or forefoot heavy on the front side leg, which makes it more difficult for you to be able to get down into that split squat position. Okay? So overhead side med ball fake throw, doesn't have to be a ton of bring the leg up, but I'm just trying to get you to come from a higher position so it's a little bit more force to have to deal with. And then you're dropping into the split squat, fake throw, just chopping the ball to the side so you load that front hip. And you'll do 3 to 4 reps on each side. So bang that out really quick. Then have a slant board nearby, something handy. The first one we're gonna do is the Eccentric Iso Squat. So in the past, I just had you do a normal squat where you drop and then catch at the bottom. And the ISO comes at the bottom. Once you catch it, you just kind of freeze. I don't want to make it too complicated with too many things going on, but if you have a slant board and a band, that'd be the best way to do it. You'd use a little mini band, a loop band. You put it right above your knees or on the outside part of your knees. You're going to do the exact same drill where you drop and catch, but you're going to have your feet shoulder width or wider. So it'll almost look like your knees are slightly inside of your feet. That's what the band is for, so that you can push out just a little bit in that wider stance, and from there you're gonna drop and catch, okay? Don't excessively push your knees out to where they're like flaring out to the side. Just a little bit of tension so that your kneecaps aren't pointing in towards the middle. You just kind of want to redirect them out towards the front slightly, and then from that position, your head comes back. So your head comes back so that your weight stays back. You're on your heels, and then it's a fast drop down with a big exhale on the way down. You breathe at the bottom, and you stand back up. The next one's going to be the RDL variation. You're going to come up onto your toes on the slant board. You'll just hold a kettlebell in the middle, same as we've done before. Think about your weight being on your heels, your head staying back. You're going to lower down into the RDL about halfway down. From this position, you're going to drop and catch, and then come back up. Catch and come back up. Same as the squat, it's a big exhale on the way down, freeze at the bottom. And as you do this, you want to think about feeling your hips go this direction as you drop that weight down and go to catch it. So you're trying to shift your weight back onto your heels as much as you can. At the same time, you're almost thinking about like pivoting over your ankles. So if you get too far back, you'll almost start to point your toes. You want to keep your weight forward so that you're pivoting over your ankles, And then allow your hips and your hips to go straight back while you maintain heel contact. So there's just something to keep in mind. You'll start halfway, drop down, your hips should go that way, you should feel it in your hamstrings, shouldn't feel it in your back. So just to recap, you'll have the overhead fake throw, 3 to 4 per side, with a little bit extra hip action going on. Then you'll have the split squat. Then you'll have the slightly wider stance squat. If you can put a band around there, that's cool. If not, just think about pushing your knees out gently to the side. Dumbbell goes here between your legs. Big exhale and drop. And the RDLs with your toe up. You'll start about halfway down. Hips continue to translate backwards as you drop it. Same as the squat, fast drop, catch the bottom, stand back up and repeat.